Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss some basic Unix commands which are very essential to start with while beginning your journey with Unix. Anybody who is working on an Unix background, irrespective of a beginner or a pro, uses most of these commands every day. So to start with, what is Unix? Unix is an operating system which was derived from original AT&T, and in this video we will discuss the command line of Unix. So why learning Unix is important? Unix is widely used today for internet servers, workstations, and mainframe computers. Most of the companies today uses servers with an Unix operating system to run and maintain their applications. So if you are in an IT field, learning Unix will give you an upper hand to know your servers. And in case you are a DevOps or solution engineer, then learning these commands will be part of your daily bread. Before we even start with the commands of Unix, it's very important to know two terminologies. Number one is directory. So what is directory? A directory is nothing but a folder that which would contain a set of files. And what is a file? A file is something that contains data. So to start with, the first command that I would like to start with is pwd. So what does pwd means? It means present working directory. So for example, I am in a particular directory, and if I search directory as in folder, and if I type pwd, it will show me the name of the directory that I am present at this point in time. Next is ls. So what will ls do? ls will list the files in the current directory. So for example, if I want to see what all files are there in this current directory, I'll do ls. If I hit to write ls and hit enter, it will list the files in the directory. So as you can see now, basically there is nothing in this directory, and hence we do not get an output. So what we will do, we will create a directory on this folder, and we see if it is visible. So the command to create a directory is mkdir or make directory. So let us start with mkdir and give the name of a directory. So we can give the name as learn Unix dir. Now if we hit the ls command again, we will see that the learn Unix dir has been formed. So this means this directory has been formed under the present working directory. So just to check, my present working directory is still the same, that is this one. And under this, if I hit ls, I have created another directory, that is learn Unix dir. Now the next command that I'll talk about is cd. So what does cd means? Cd means change directory. So for example, if I want to go inside learn Unix directory, so what I'll do, I'll type cd and then learn Unix directory. And this takes me to the learn Unix dir directory. So now if I hit pwd, I can see that I am under learn Unix directory, right? So previously our directory was this one, which is users, my name, and then learn Unix. And then we created this directory learn Unix dir, and we just did cd to this learn Unix dir. And when after that, when we hit pwd or present working directory, we can see that we are inside the new directory that we created. So that's how we create a directory, and basically we can change directory to that. Now, if I hit cd minus or hyphen, it will take me to the last directory that I was in. So which was the last directory I was in? This one, learn Unix, right? So if I do cd minus, it should take me to this particular directory. Now let's check again with the pwd or the present working directory, and we see that we have come one directory back, that is to learn Unix. Now what we will do is we will like create a file, right? So again, we will move to the directory that we have created. How do we do that? We just list do ls, it will show the directory, and we will change directory to learn Unix dir. Another important command to clear your screen or terminal is clear. Just write clear and it will clear the terminal, right? So now what we will do is we will create a file. So here we come to our next command, that is cat, right? So what cat does, it's concatenate and print files. So how do I create a file? So for example, I will create a file abc. So I will just write cat and I'll give the greater than sign, which means a concatenation operator in Unix, and I'll just give a file1 dot txt. So and when I hit this, it will ask me to concatenate some value. So what we will do is we will write hello world here and press enter. So if you can continue concatenating like sentences into your file. So if I just write Bangalore, India, and so on, it will go on writing on my file. So to stop writing, what I do, I press Ctrl+C. So now if I do ls, you can see that I have this file in my directory, right? And if I just do, now how do I check the contents of the file that I have already created? So I'll do cat and the file name, that is file1.txt. So this is what we have created, right? So what did we learn till now? Basically the present working directory, pwd, how to list files in a directory, how to make a directory, how to change a directory, and basically how to create a file. So now we, in this directory, we have the file1.txt. Now, what if I want to copy this file to another file, right? So then I use the cp command. So what does cp mean? Cp means copy. So I'll just type cp file1.txt. Just a second, file1.txt, and I'll give the file name, like where the file1.txt needs to be copied, right? So I'll give file copy.txt. My file is copied now. So now if I list, I'll be able to see that there are two files in this directory, file1.txt and file copy.txt. So similarly, if I so now we have two files, file1.txt and file1 copy.txt. Now, what if I don't want, like here I copied file1.txt to file1 copy.txt, but my file1.txt is still there. So what if I do not want to retain my original file and I just want to move the contents of my original file to a new file? In that case, we use move, that is mv. So what I'll do is I'll do move file1 copy.txt to file1, say move.txt. So what this will do, this will move the contents of file1 copy.txt to file1 move.txt, right? So now if I list the files, you can see that we have file1 move.txt. The file1 copy.txt is no more there because we moved the contents of this file into file1 move.txt, right? So this is how we move the contents of a source file to a destination file. Now next is rm. So what rm does, rm removes the file. So for example, if I do rm and give the name of the file that I want to move or basically delete. So I'll do rm file1 move.txt and this will remove the file. So if I list now, I'll only have the initial file, that is file1.txt. My file1 move.txt file is removed from this directory. So moving ahead, we will see some new commands like head and tail. So what head and tail does, head and tail basically lists the parts of your file. So head will display the first lines of your file, whereas tail will display the last part of a file, right? So what we will do is we will again create a file, say cat file2.txt, and we will paste something on this file, right? So say we paste this, again we do Control C, and now if we see, we have two files, file2.txt. Now if we do head file2.txt, you can see that, so normally head will show the first 10 lines, right, of the file. So if I cat the file2.txt, you can see that we actually have 30 lines, right? But head file2.txt only displays the first 10 lines. Similarly for tail, it will display the last 10 lines of your file. So if I do tail file2.txt, it should show me from 21 to 30, right? That's the last 10 lines. So you can again use the number of lines you want to see. So what you have to do, you have to just give head hyphen and the number that you want to see. So for example, if I want to list 20 lines, I'll do head minus 20 and I'll do file2.txt. So this will show me the first 20 lines of this file, right? Similarly, the same works for tail. If you do tail hyphen 20 file2.txt, it will show you the 20 lines from the end, right? So it starts from 11 and moves to 30. So suppose you are, where this is used, basically, suppose you have a file which has thousands of lines and you do not want to cat the whole file. So you just want to read the first 100 lines. In that case, you can use head, or if you want to read the last 10 lines, you can do tail. This is where head and tail comes into picture, right? Okay, so another important command is not a command, basically it's a editor called a vim or vi. So like as we saw that we can create a file using cat and then a concatenation operator, we can also use like create a file using vi. So how to do that? We just type vi and we just name that file. So I'll write file vi.txt and we are inside an editor. Now, if you try to write anything, you must first press I. So if you press I, it will go to the insert mode, and right now you can write anything that you want. Hello, VI, right? And again, enter. You can enter whatever you want. Right now, how do I get out of it or save this file? So basically, if I press escape, it will like take me back from the insert, or the insert mode will go off. Then I'll press escape colon W and Q. So this will save the file for me, right? So now if I do cat file v1.txt that vi.txt that I just created, I'll be able to see the contents of it. Now, say I am creating a file. If I open the same file, I can open the same file via vi again. So what if say I wrote something that I do not want to save, right? So here, for example, I do not want to save this. If I write this, right? So suppose something unwanted change happened in a file and you do not want to save this file. So what will you do? You will just again press escape colon q and exclamation mark. If you do this, your file will not be saved. So again, if I just cat file vi, you can see that the latest change that we did is not recorded. So it still contains whatever was there, right? So uh, you do not need to write all this. I'll share the link where basically all of these commands has been listed. So as you can see here, this the new commands that the new line that we wrote, or the new changes that we wrote, did not get impacted as we just did not save the file, right? So what we to save a file inside of VI editor, we just press escape button and then we press colon and WQ, right? And if we do not want to save it, we just do escape colon Q, right? And exclamation. Okay, so basically that these are the most basic commands that you will use in your daily life. Another two basic commands I want to show you. One is du. So what du will do is it shows you the disk usage, right? So only du basically only do you give the disk usage, but to get the disk usage for exact files, you need to give shm star, right? So as you can see here, you get the list like the files that are present in this directory and the size of those particular files. So one very important command in Unix is man. So what does man do? Man is sort of a manual. So any command that you give after man, it will show you what that file, what that command is basically, and what else you can do with this file. So for example, if I do man du, it takes me to this page where it gives each and every details. So du means display disk usage statistics. We used s and h. So you can see here, what does it mean? S means display an entry for each specified file, and h is human readable format. So basically, as you can see, it was showing in kilobyte, megabyte, or gigabyte, right? So in our case, it was KB, so it was showing in kilobyte. So man is a very important command, I'll say. For if you want to learn about any command, you just type man and that command, and it will show you the details about it. And you can just type q to escape from the man command, right? So similarly, like for example, if I do man cat, it will show me what a cat command is, like concatenate and print files, and it will show you what all like arguments you can pass along with cat, right? And a similar command on that note is df. So what df does is basically shows you the amount of space for each of your file systems, right? So again, if I do man df, it will show me display free disk base, right? So it displays the free disk space that is present in your server, or wherever your Unix is hosted on. It's a server or your computer, whatever it is. So now what is the basic difference between df and du? So df basically shows the available disk, right? Available disk capacity. So for example, if you can see this file system, you will see that how much was available and how much has been used. So another, you can do this in human readable format by typing df-kh or df-h. So that will show you the use, the available. So you can see the available disk space is 134 GB and the use is 15 GB, right? So df basically shows you the available space, and du shows uh, the capacity each and every file is consuming in your current folder. So these are basically the main commands that I think will be helpful for you in your day-to-day usage. Another thing I'd like to show you is echo. So in Unix, you can pass values directly to a variable. So for example, if I can write a is equals to 5, right? So this a will get like aligned to this value 5. So what echo does is, suppose I do echo A. So if you are doing echo and writing anything, the same thing will be visible, right? You can see here A. So similar, if I do write echo show me, it will the output is show me. So whatever we write after echo, the same will be the same thing you are able to see here. But what if we want to see the value of a variable that we pass? So for example, we did a equals to 5, right? So what if we want to see what value is there in the variable a? In that case, we use echo $a. So as you can see, if you do echo $a, you will be able to see 5. So similarly, if I do b is equals to 10 and I do echo $b, it will show me the value of b10. So basically, echo is very useful when you want to see the value of any variable that you have passed or any environmental variables. Yeah, it helps you in that case. So yeah, these are like we already talked about, man. So these are just the basic commands that is very good to start with. Yeah, please go through this, and I'll link this the list of or basically the list of the commands in the description box, so that you can just access them whenever required. Thanks for watching.